Hi guys, it's Don here. I'm at a new location, and this was a promising area I just walked into, and as I approached it I saw some signs from the road, and I'm parked in an area far behind me, but I'd say a good 150 yards behind me. But as I approach this, I see an obvious leaner or arch, which seems to be an entrance or access to this area. There's a leaner on the arch, and it's sort of pinned at the base of that tree, along the base of that tree. So we're going to go in, and I want to say hello to everybody that watches my videos. Haven't forgot about you. This area is pretty brushy. Yeah, here's the leaner right here. Well, I'm gonna head in and see where I can go. This area is pretty brushy. A lot of brambles, a lot of brushy willows. There are obvious trails through this area. I want to say there's deer trails through here. There's that bend or arch, tree arch. I just was on the other side filming. I'm going to head this way. I believe there's a creek bed down here, and take a look. It's overcast today. So it's going to be no sunlight. Clouds full of, skies full of clouds. I'm parked in that direction. It's pretty brushy. Let's swing around, and a lot of deer trails and game trails throughout this area. A lot of willows and brambles in this area. A lot of brushy willows and brambles all throughout this area. It's great area for concealment and cover. It's an area where everything sort of does look the same, and it's very easy to get lost. Find a way to get down to that creek bed without trying to machete through all these brush and brambles here. There's a good trail. This whole area is intersected with trails. And generally, you don't see very many deer hunters in this area because it's hard to penetrate through here. an attempt to carry a blind or a deer stand into these areas. If I'm shaky with the camera, guys, I apologize. I'm trying to be aware of where I'm panning and what I'm filming. There's a huge leaner right there. That thing's probably 35, 40 feet long easily, probably, well, I will say 50 feet long at least, from top to bottom. Come upon this leaner and here's what appears to be an old snapper pushover right here, pointed to the creek. Take a look at the creek. This whole area is intersected with creeks and waterways that make it to drain to a small lake near this area that then drains into the Illinois River. If it was summer, late spring, or early fall, this area would be impenetrable. There's no way I could walk through here. It's just too thick. So I usually would wait to get into these areas around December into January, where fall's pretty much set in, full swing. Guys, I'll pick this up further down trail. Catch you in a minute. I'm back, guys. Just to give you a perspective shot of how far I am from my vehicle, from my truck. I'm going to see if I can zoom in far enough to pick up my truck, give you guys an idea of how far I am, and which really isn't that far at all. See if I can see my truck from here. Yeah, right there. That's my front windshield. It's sort of that anomaly. It's hard to resolve it. Right behind those leaves are the windshield of my truck. And if I pan back or zoom back, my truck's through all that. So I'm about 150 yards from my vehicle. So, just give you guys an idea of how far I am in the brush, in the woods, which isn't really that far at all. Right there, I'm on a game trail. Game trail's right there, and sweeps right up through that brush ahead of me. So overcast today. The video's not going to be super clear, but having no sunlight makes a difference. There's a word knotted vine. coming down from this tree. Pretty viney area here. I'll weave my way through here. Obvious deer trail right here. Real windy day too. There's a creek down there. Right before I resume this clip, I was down at the creek bed, and on the shoreline I found a bunch of deer tracks, so there's plentiful game in this area. Duck through this cover through here. This area is sort of protected from the wind, and to a limited amount the rain. It was raining earlier. No, that's not a wood knock. The trees are being moved around up there so violently. They were a second ago that they were banging into each other. There they come again. Give you an idea of how windy it is. I can hold still. Top of that tree is moving everywhere. Another big tree bend pulled down over the brush below it. It could have been snow load. There's the top of it. Pretty crazy through here. See if I can bust on through to the other side. trail right underneath this arch I just filmed. You might be able to hear the crows in the foreground. Yeah, here's a tree bend. It goes right over a game trail, which is to me more of a deer trail. So it's potential evidence of activity. And those are the trees moving so violently up here. They're actually creaking. That's the, almost sounds like a whistling, but it's creaking from the trees. If I can hold the camera still, you can see the movement. It's pretty windy today. Here's the odd-shaped tree or break off from a tree right here. Looks like an old cedar too. Just snapped right in front of me. Give you guys an idea of how windy it is. I know I keep pointing it up, but that may impair my audio a little, but I'm just going to have to live with it. Temperature's not too bad today. It's in the low 40s. I waited this time of the day earlier this morning. It would have been 27, 30, upwards of 30 degrees. It's not too bad today. Well, guys, I'm going to pick this up later. Thanks for sticking with me this far in the video. Catch you further down trail. As I get to this area, I see what's left of an old Mylar balloon. Thought it was being associated with Bigfoot activity. Another piece of that Mylar balloon. Little mini bend there. See a lot of little saplings bent over in this area. Walking down this obvious deer trail here. Well, see you guys in a minute. I want to show you guys something. I walked up on a bunch of deadfall. Big tree, pushed over, fell over. Who knows? Could be it rotted. And the wind took it down right in front of me. I walked up on it, and there's a bunch of viney plants and all interwoven right there. And it appears to be a perfect blind or hide. As I look to the inside of it, right in there you can see it's perfect cover, and beyond it, as I pan through it or zoom through it, I keep saying pan, I mean zoom, there's a creek behind, the beach of the creek right beyond it. So it's looks like this is just a perfect area to hide behind with all the briars and brambles all intertwined with this deadfall, this big tree laying on top of it. You can see the sticks inserted up on top here. A couple sticks, 2-3 sticks thrown in there. Looks very natural. There it is from a distance. Maybe I'll get a better perspective shot from over here. This looks like a perfect cover. The video doesn't do it justice, but it's just on this side of a deer trail, and on the other side there's another deer trail beyond it. So it'd be a perfect area for ambush. was looking at this from a distance away and not sure what to make of it. All that right there, all sort of pumped up around the base of this huge tree. I've said this before, Sasquatch will take advantage of natural blind and cover created by deadfall. Here's a tree, branch from this tree that fell. A bunch of bark peeled off from it. And there's an area right there below it which could be used as a blind. Like I said, if they're opportunists, they'll use these natural areas for cover, which I'm sure they are. Other than some occasional bends or arches I'm seeing, don't see much of anything else. A lot of deer tracks I noticed along the shoreline of the creek. Stump with a lot of animals or insects. Animals digging in here for insects in these little areas. You see little holes in the rotted part of this trunk all dug out, looking for insects and treats. Here's the creek. And on the other side, I'd like to get into that area too, weather permitting. I do see some prominent leans over there that have been stripped. There's one there. There's another one right there. Berries on the tree. Not sure what they are. Wild currants or possibly elderberries. Well, guys, if I don't resume this clip, I'll see you later. I'm going to upload it, and if not, you'll see another clip after this. But I'm going to say goodbye right now, and boy, it's getting windy. Adios.